Alrighty, hello, people of the internet. My name's Daniel, and we have Nick on the other side. And welcome to Talking Film, which is our fortnightly series that we just cover all the major movie news that happened in the past 2 weeks. This tonight we'll probably talk about something Pokemon related that happened. A familiar ogre has come back after a long hiatus or a long sleep, I guess, from having Happily Ever After. And we've got some other stuff that covers a little bit of Comic-Con and all that have sort of broken the past couple of hours. So without further ado, we shall start on the biggest one, of course, and that is Detective Pikachu, the movie, which is a live-action Pokemon movie, which is, I think, the first time Pokemon's ever going to have anything live-action property. I think they've only done, like, commercials, but they've never done a feature film live-action before. And Legendary Pictures has won the production rights for it, and it's going to be distributed by Universal and I think Toho or something Japanese company that has distributed the anime Pokemon movies. They're going to distribute all the live-action Pokemon movies. So, yeah, Nick, how do you feel about Pokemon? Since you are a sort of a Pokemon fan, more than me, so...
Well, I think it's so Detective Pikachu. That's a weird one. I'm just gonna start right out. That's just like such a strange choice. You'd think so, but I guess there must be something behind the scenes that is like they can't adapt the anime, or they can't adapt the games, the main games. So they were like, oh, what can we adapt? And Detective Pikachu, that was what they came up with. So I think that's probably why they're going this route. Um, However, you know, it's kind of like it makes sense. Pokemon Go is that that popular right now. It's the perfect time to strike while the iron's hot. You know what they say. Um,
Well, the iron's hot. I think the iron's been hot for Pokemon for the past 20 years.
Hottest at the moment. It's hotter than hot. It's hotter than the sun. Um, like honestly, you can't go 5 seconds without reading.
Son, I get what you got there.
Um, yeah, no, well, I don't know if I'm excited about this, but it makes sense. So, and I think it probably will make money. Like, look at the popularity of Pokemon. It will
It's gonna
make.
make money no matter what.
How are they going to do it? Like, what are they? How are they going to make Pikachu look realistic in live action? How are they
Easy.
going to?
I feel like, well, they did the Super Bowl commercial, which is, they had the Pokemon in the real world. So just put fur textures on them, sort of make them look like because the models in Pokemon Tournament are really realistic. So maybe just go a little bit more further realistic a little bit, but still keep the design of the characters. I don't know.
What they should do is they should just like paint a mouse yellow, put spots on it. No, okay, forget that. Because it's the electric mouse Pokemon. It's supposed to be a mouse, even though it looks nothing like a mouse.
There's
Anyway,
a lot
fun
of
fact.
animal. There's a lot of animals that don't look like themselves in Pokemon. Nick.
That's true. That's very true. Anyway,
I
Pika
think this,
forever.
I think this is a good idea. To be honest, like I was expecting them to do just maybe like the anime series or maybe like the game series, like something similar to both of them, but from the games, the anime. Maybe they'll have their own characters. I'm not sure, but sort of being very familiar towards those two. And do a live action movie there. But I actually like this idea better. It surprised me. Did not see this coming just because Detective Pikachu. I'm pretty sure that game storyline hasn't been completed because I think it's an episodic format in Japan. So I don't think
The
it's
first one.
yeah, it hasn't been out. Doesn't have an English translation because I think Nintendo is waiting for the rest of the episodes to come out in Japan before they maybe sell as a retail release instead because it's only a digital only game in Japan. So yeah, it's just weird that they've done something that just recently just came out the past couple of months in Japan. So the thing's not even finished. So whether or not it's based on that game storyline or it's like their own storyline just with that character, Detective Pikachu, because Detective Pikachu isn't regular Pikachu. this Pikachu can speak English like Meowth in the series. So I feel like it's a good idea though, because my worry about when they were going to do live action Pokemon was like, well, they don't, besides like Meowth the anime, they don't really speak English, or like they just say their names basically. It'll get repetitive and just boring, in my personal opinion. That's why I sort of always prefer Digimon, because they can at least speak English, not always saying the names over and over like 10,000 times. But I like this idea, because then we sort of get like an introduction to the Pokemon world, and we don't even have to need all the Pokemon, just have the Pokemon that is relevant to the storyline. So I think it's a good idea, and this will also just open the doors, I guess, for like a Pokemon cinematic universe, because they can eventually, that's how I feel like that's why they're doing Detective Pikachu. It's like a spin-off idea of the rest of the Pokemon they probably have, ideas for in the future. So people are getting a little bit upset because, oh, we're not going to get, the Pokemon movie based on the game. But, that could be in the future. Detective Pikachu could be its own thing, and then we could get other Pokemon spin-offs, or basically, the game storyline down the line. So this could open a Pokemon cinematic universe. Wouldn't that be awesome? We were just talking about that the other week.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, no, well, anyway, so yeah, no, very exciting. And as I said, maybe it'll be fine. Maybe it'll be good. But it's giving me Super Mario Bros. Vibes. I don't know. Yeah.
Hashtag bring Danny DeVito, because people want Danny DeVito for the English version of the game, and people said, oh, that's probably not going to happen. But it could happen for the movie series. I mean, he said yes to the Lorax.
Yeah, true.
So it'd be interesting. I think the most interesting would be who the hell is going to be playing or voicing Detective Pikachu, because that's going to either make it or break it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Let's just cast Bradley Cooper.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Well, it's not like he's got much else except for trying to get this National Treasure 3 off the ground for the past couple of years now. Okay, everybody, he is coming back to theaters 2019. Shrek 5 is coming.
Return of the Shrek.
Yay!
It's not ogre. It's not ogre. It's never be ogre.
That's good. That'll be the tagline for this one.
Oh gosh, our good green friend, happy.
That was 2 movies ago.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I didn't see the 4th one. Apparently, it's not as bad as the 3rd one, but I haven't seen the 4th one.
It's not as good as the first 2, but it's not as horrible as the 3rd one. It's enjoyable but predictable. So.
And I find that the second one is actually one of DreamWorks movies where the pop culture references really start to come out really thick. I mean, it's a fun movie, but it's not the cleverness of the first one, I think.
Yeah, that year, 2007 for DreamWorks Animation was just, let's just bring out pop culture films, B-movie, Shrek the Third, they were all just pop culture this, pop culture that. Who cares about the story?
B-movie never happened. Can we never talk about that movie?
B-movie 2, that's what I want. No, not really, no.
Wait, I don't know what you're talking about. What movie? They made a movie about bees? What? No, anyway, what are they? It's just weird. It's kind of expected. Let's be honest, especially when they Illumination, whatever it was, bought DreamWorks. It kind of makes sense that, of course, they're going to do this. Let's hope.
Shrek is DreamWorks Animation's highest-grossing franchise, and I think it's the highest-grossing films. Like all 3 of them, the 3 sequels, I think, are the highest-grossing films worldwide from them. I think. So,
I think the only thing that's like surprising is that this didn't happen sooner. I don't know. It just feels like it's been so long since Shrek 4. Where was it? Forever After. That's the one. And
that was 2010.
By the time it comes out, it will be 9 years. It'll be like a Toy Story level distant between movies.
Yes, but unlike Toy Story, when Toy Story 3 came out, people were waiting 11 years for it. Now with Shrek 5, I don't think anyone's really interested because Shrek Forever After is the lowest grossing domestically of the Shrek
I
series
think
in America.
they're gonna have to build that back up. I think in
Mhm.
a way.
They're gonna have to
I don't know.
resell Shrek.
I know how they can resell it. I know what they're gonna do.
Whoa, what's this? Don't put minions in
I
it.
think if they add, yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say. To add some yellow people that run around and laugh at everything.
The that's a $1 billion film. Shrek and the Minions.
Shrek and the Minions. I mean, seriously, Shrek versus Gru. I don't mind the actual Despicable Me films. I haven't seen the second one, but I didn't mind the first one, and so I think Illumination is actually a capable animation studio. So I hope that
Not the Lorax. And from what I've seen, Rotten Tomatoes, not Hop either. They haven't quite
okay,
proven
not
themselves much.
that's true. That's true. But they have got pretty good reviews. I'm pretty sure even Secret Life of Pets, that's from them, right?
Yep,
They
that's the new
they
one.
they got that got pretty decent reviews.
Mhm.
Not stellar, but it was fresh. And I think that maybe if Shrek 5 is actually good, that might actually make the money that they want it to. If it's terrible, they're gonna have to I don't know,
Yeah, I think.
market it like a movie.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Like, even if it is good, people might still ignore it, and they might just wait till rental or stream it down the line, maybe.
That's true.
Um,
That's true.
so I'm not quite sure how you bring Shrek back. I'm not quite sure.
Direct to DVD release.
I don't even know what ideas they've got left, or what's the story going to be, because the fourth one sort of feels like, okay, we've just ran out of ideas. Now we're going to sort of do the first one in a way. So it sort of felt like it was already running out of steam when we got to the fourth one. So I don't know where else they could go with this.
Yellow people will save the day. Shrek
maybe
in the swamp, and he finds this floating yellow, I don't know, thing, and touches it, and suddenly it's like, yeah, it's Minion.
maybe Disney can do like a deal with DreamWorks where they can have Elsa and Anna. Winter is coming for Shrek. Since it is a fairy tale, Shrek is frozen.
Just mix it all up, like everything.
Why not?
Crossover thing in the world. That's where we're headed.
But yeah, I'm not excited for this. It's I don't know. Maybe it could be good. Maybe they've got a story that's just as good as the first two. Maybe. I'm hoping. I really want a good Shrek movie because Puss in Boots delivered.
How the rest of the DreamWorks movies between now and then turn out before I get excited for this one.
Yeah, but this, whichever comes first, which I'm pretty sure this might come first just before Shadows. I think Shadows might be like maybe a November release or something like that, which I'm actually more excited for because of Edgar Wright.
It's got Edgar Wright, yeah. Which is strange for DreamWorks. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I've been, out of all their original ideas, that Me and My Shadow poster I saw, that just had like screamed like something so original, and just I was really excited for it just by the poster. It just looked like something that it looked like DreamWorks was experimenting something new and different, like putting CGI characters with this 2D shadow. It looked cool, and I'm glad now Edgar Wright's now taking the project and reworking it for 2019 now. But it'll be interesting to see what Universal does, since these two films are going to be the first without what's his name? His name's slipping me. The one CEO of DreamWorks Animation. Jeffrey Katzenberg. That's the one. Yes. It'll be interesting because these two films will probably be the first ones under the Universal banner that he won't have any input, because he's had input on all the DreamWorks movies thus far. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of them. Maybe it's for the better. I don't know. But I mean, even though some of the recent DreamWorks movies haven't been that good, he has delivered some good films. And even when I was reviewing Kung Fu Panda 3, it just dawned to me, DreamWorks Animation has so far the only company that has had the most success with CGI sequels. They've had some flops here and there with Shrek the Third and that, but for the most part, they've been pretty much on track with the sequels. Like Madagascar keeps getting better, and Kung Fu Panda is like solid trilogy from DreamWorks. So
well, yeah, well, that means there's going to be more and more sequels from here until the end of time. The thing is, I liked about DreamWorks is they were ambitious. They managed to make movie after movie after movie, and make some of them original and some of them sequels. So that was one of the good things. And like maybe 1/3 of those were good movies, but it was still a lot of good movies.
mhm.
And I hope that they can keep up with that into the future, because at the moment they were in dire straits. And when Disney did that its big reshuffle in 2006 and everything changed or whatever, and it turned out for the better, maybe this is DreamWorks' moment
Yeah.
to reclaim the spotlight. You know, Disney was almost looking like it was going to die too that time.
Mhm.
So
That's true. Yep. So we've just been a little bit of DreamWorks' dark age at the moment.
yeah, and we're going back into the renaissance of the DreamWorks renaissance.
By bringing Shrek back.
Yeah, by bringing Shrek back.
At this point, he's basically the unofficial mascot for DreamWorks Animation. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I think we've talked about Shrek 5 a little bit too long. So let's get into the next news story. That Variety reported that the Divergent series Ascendant, the fourth and final Divergent film, may not be coming to theaters at all. It looks like they're going to be reworking this as a TV movie. Not quite sure if the original cast is coming back for the last movie, which is as the television film. And get this, they're going to try to spin it off as a TV series, even though this is supposed to be the last movie.
This whole thing is hilarious, and it's a great lesson to Hollywood, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like don't greenlight your fourth film when your first film is like second film is starting to show lesser and lesser returns, and the third film flops. You're like, oh crap. So
well,
like,
yeah, well, the second film actually made more money than the first one worldwide. It did. It just slightly did, but yeah, but the second one is the worst. I can't stand that movie. But I basically
the audience seems to be, you know, very specific, and once you lose that audience or the audience grows disinterested, it's just people must have been burned by the second movie, and the third movie just flopped. So
the third one's slightly better. I can say the third one's slightly better than the second one, but it's not that good anyway. Still, but
this is a drastic step though. Like this is like, oh no, I spilled oil in the house. Quick, burn down the house. You know, this is like that kind of reaction. Like yeah, when you spill like a little bit of jam on your shirt, and you're like, okay, we'll just have to buy a new shirt instead of washing it. I don't know. That was a terrible analogy. But like I think still have a theatrical release. Like even with the flop, like they've set the date, they've committed to the fans. There's still going to be that minor voice in theatre, and that just feels like they're being changed for their dedication to the franchise by not having it in the theaters, risking not having the original cast.
Yeah,
especially limited release, limited release. All right, like you know the special here. It was a TV episode, or they've done with Game of Thrones. TV episode that they put limited release theaters. So like, I just don't see how they can just no theater for an actual intended blockbuster. It just seems like a massive step away from the direction they're headed.
Yeah, this seems weird. I don't think this has really happened. Like, we've had the Mortal Instruments, but that was a failed franchise. That was just a one film, and they just couldn't get off the ground, so they just, let's do a reboot of the TV series. You're basically nearly finished with the series. You would have been finished by now if you had not split the last book into two films. I would have been finished by now, and your third and last film would have just been a flop, and you didn't have to deal with the Divergent franchise anymore. But now they have to, because that's where the way the third one ends. It's basically like Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows, and Hunger Games: Mockingjay. It's a part one of a story. That's how it ends. It's cut off, saying to be continued. It doesn't even give you a nice conclusion to the franchise. So Yeah,
Yes,
and
it's
they were, and I know they were going to half the production budget for the last one, but they must be saying to themselves, not even that. Maybe we're not. Maybe people might not even come back that came back for the third one. Might not, might be even lower than what the last one might be, because they were putting this in a summer release, which is odd. The others opened in March, so I don't know why they were putting it in the summer against World War. Was it World War Z or something? The
yeah,
Brad
zombie
Pitt
movie.
zombie movie. Yep, the sequel for that one, and the Tom Cruise reboot Mummy. So it wasn't going to succeed in that release date. I don't know that for sure. They should have at least pushed it back to maybe September when the Maze one has had some success. Get it away from that summer prime release date and put it in September, October. I don't know, but yeah, this whole TV movie. It just seems weird, and but that's not even the weirdest part. They wanted to spin it off as a TV series now. If this was supposed to be the last one, I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, just a
Yeah,
weird decision, I think.
it's a strange decision, but like I wasn't really looking forward to the movie anyway. But I do feel for the fans that were, they've been.
I wasn't a fan, but the past year I have watched all three of them, so I could so I could review the third one in the theater. So I
You can
watched the
still watch
first two.
one.
Yeah, on
It's just
TV. I'm not doing that. I'm
hey,
done.
that's like
I don't want to watch the end of it. I'm done. If it's not coming to theaters, I'm not watching it. I'm done. Yeah, and we got some late Comic Con news that came out a couple of hours. That some horror film. I've seen the poster on a couple of cinema websites. It's called The Woods, and it's going to be released by Lionsgate. Well, an original film has just become a sequel to a franchise because The Woods is now titled Blair Witch, which is the third film in the Blair Witch Project franchise.
So, hang on, wait, was it always going to be a sequel? And they just kept it under wraps? Or was it?
It must have,
Was it
because in
originally
the
going to be original? And they're like, no, it's not going to make money.
well, in the trailer they say Blair Witch, so and they said that it basically seems to be like the events of the first one continues with this one. So
Right, so
yeah,
it's kind of like a Prometheus. Oh, it's not part of Alien World. Oh, wait, it is part of the Alien World. But it's a sequel version of it, so it's like not a prequel version of it. Okay.
I was reading some people's comments, and people's comments were like on the poster. It's got like the Woods poster they released a couple of months ago. It's got like quotes from film reviewers, and people were like, "Wait, are those actual film quotes? Because how would they see this movie without the Blair Witch references and all that made it?" So I don't know if those are fake or not, but
that's a weird. If that is the case, and they've retconned it to make it fit into the universe, that's a strange case.
this is even more bizarre than 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I think they've got to. Yeah, it's a bit strange, isn't it?
Well, marketing-wise, they're sort of trying to do that because the trailer is being released just 2 months before the film. That's what happened to Cloverfield. But unlike 10 Cloverfield Lane, they weren't recalling this as something else, and they're like, "No, that's not it. It's this movie."
Yeah.
I've never even seen the Blair Witch, so I'm not going to watch it.
Never seen it either. So this is about as much news to me as I'm probably more likely to go and turn on my TV and watch Divergent Series, Ascendant, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so that's go Lionsgate, making great choices.
They are. Go Power Rangers. Okay, moving on. Chris Hemsworth is coming back to the Star Trek franchise for Star Trek 4.
Back again.
I'm pretty sure they're calling it Star Trek 4. Star Trek Search for Hemsworth. Because where the hell?
Search for what's his name though? What was it?
I can't remember. He played Kirk's father. I can't remember his name. But the 5-minute cameo he had in the first movie before it became Thor.
Star Trek. I Am Your Father. Okay, cool. Star Trek. Empire Strikes Back.
They'll just call it Star Trek Beyond. Go one step beyond.
Yeah. Star Trek Beyond. I like that actually. They should listen to this. Honestly, if they went through our entire library of videos Like all of the studios would get great ideas from us.
Especially Disney, giving that live action Frozen and Lilo and Stitch. They would love our ideas.
I want a little bit of the shares for that if they ever make that. I take credit for that idea, and I have the proof. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, I don't know how we're supposed to react because we haven't seen Star Trek Beyond yet. Well, I know I haven't. I don't know if you've seen it in the past 2 days.
No, I don't know whether it's even out in this nation that I'm in. I can't remember which one I'm in. Anyway, so
you could be on the Enterprise for all we know.
Yeah, who knows that I'm not. So yeah, no. Well, I have seen the first 2 Star Treks. At least I can say something, you know. And I saw the first one. Obviously, that's the one that had Chris Hemsworth in it at the very beginning. And spoilers, he kind of dies. It looks like he dies.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I'm like, wait, he's coming back? How?
But science fiction is kind of that genre where nobody really dies and everybody can come back somehow. So
good. Then I want Emma Swan to come back.
Yeah. So he is going to come back, I think, and it's going to be this huge, like, Kirk. It's going to be about Kirk's father. Kirk's going to be like, I miss my father, and it's going to be like Spock's going to reunite with his father, and Kirk's going to be like, oh, I wish I had a father, and then suddenly, you do, son. I'm here.
I would love if that was I would love if that was actually the trailer, the way it started off.
Just all these families hugging their fathers or whatever, and then Kirk's just standing there in the cold, like, ooh, and then suddenly Chris Hemsworth comes in for a big high five. Yeah. I'm enjoying that way more than even like anyone else that's listening to us. Anyway.
Yeah, Star Trek.
I mean,
it was going to happen anyway.
It's a good get for them to get Chris Hemsworth. It'll boost the popularity, and I hope Star Trek Beyond does well because I'm actually hearing good stuff about it. So I'm keen to see it when I get a chance.
Yeah, I'm very interested now after all the reviews to see how it holds up, and just is it Justin Lin to see what he does to it over J.J. Abrams. It'd be interesting, and it'd be interesting to see if it keeps the sort of same style. But in the trailer, it seems like it sort of keeps it, but then goes full on action. I don't know. That's what the trailers have advertised to me. So very interested to see what Star Trek Beyond is now, and it's in theaters. So if you want to see it, go see it. In
Australia. I don't know about everywhere else in the world.
I'm sure it came out in America. Just today, starting from today. Yeah. Just because we get movies a week in advance doesn't mean we always have a week in advance movies.
Well, I don't know. I'm in the United Kingdom and they have weird release dates, so I don't know. I don't really. Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, that is it for today. In terms of movie reviews, my Ice Age 5 review is out tonight in about half an hour. So I had fun writing it more than I did watching the movie. And tomorrow, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates is my next one. And next week will be Ghostbusters. I can't wait to see that movie.
Gosh, you're very prolific. I haven't seen a movie since Finding Dory, but I'm going to get back onto my movie watching starting from next January, regular movie watching. So look forward to that. 6 months to go, guys. 6 months, and then
everyone's probably been waiting. Where have you been, Nick? When was the last time you reviewed a movie? Was it Spotlight? It can't be Spotlight. Is that the last one?
Last one I reviewed.
Hey?
Civil War, Captain America.
Oh, Captain America Civil War. That's the one. Well, it's been a while then. That was April.
Still think I might review Finding Dory because it just came out in the UK today. So, you know, our UK readers.
It's still relevant.
Okay. Yeah, no, actually, it doesn't even come out till next week. It's out next.
You don't even know where it comes out.
I don't know where it comes out. I don't know anything.
But if you want to ask us a movie-related question, you can do so in the comments below. And you can request a movie for us to review on our Facebook page under the Filmaholics request status. And if you aren't part of the Filmaholics Club, you can like our Facebook page at Everything Film. Just type that in Facebook. We should be the first one that comes up. Or you can subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, or follow us at our WordPress website where we put all the latest reviews. So, yeah. Until next time, bye from now.
Bye.
Beam me up, Scotty.